Hi there, my name is Lawrie Brewster and I'm a producer with Hex Studios. And I have to welcome you to this remarkable and very important Christmas Boxing Day address from Hex Studios, which is one of the UK's few independent horror film studios that develops, finances, produces and distributes its own horror films, inspired by classic horror studios such as Hammer Film Productions and Amicus Productions. So the whole Hex team, which includes professionals, volunteers, friends, and retired people with nowhere else to go, and all of you who have bought our goodies and supported our Kickstarter, and gosh, all its forms, we've all had great success in 2022. And in this retrospective, we'll take a quick look at some of the things we've done this year, and more importantly, what our vision is for 2023. But firstly, Hex Studios completed 2 feature films in 2022, the first of which was Trauma Therapy Psychosis, produced in collaboration with US-based Candle Trick Productions, with my good friend Tom Malloy and David Josh Lawrence. The thriller sought to take advantage of Tom's eye for commercial film and my own for Ken Russellian weirdness. The film stars Hannah New, who you may recall from Star's Black Sails, and Tom Sizemore from Saving Private Ryan, Natural Born Killers, and an amazing episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The film also features Gordon Holliday, good friend of mine, along with Megan Tremethick, Jamie Scott Gordon, and Craig Seath, along with a cast and crew of friends. In the UK, this film is also going to be known as The Vance Institute and will be released in the first quarter of 2023. And I think it shows our ability, really, to attract international investment, which can contribute to the local economy here in Fife and help make it a place renowned for weird film. We also shot The Slave and the Sorcerer, which is very different from our previous fantasy project, Dragon Knight. And while that film was commercially successful for our co-production partners, it just didn't quite deliver what we're really about. But The Slave and the Sorcerer corrects those mistakes, in my opinion, with a sword and sorcery B-movie opus that unapologetically and without a shred of irony takes real, sweaty, sexy inspiration from the sword and sorcery films of the 1970s and 80s. Think Deathstalker, Beastmaster, and The Sword and the Sorcerer. This co-production will be completed in 2023 and is currently in post. It was and is one of our most ambitious films, featuring a spectacular hand-built medieval set, practical effects, and special effects at the very height of 90s technology. Post-production was also completed on a much more intimate project, Ghost Crew, which has also gone by the name Linger. This supernatural drama combines humour and the uncanny in a very earnest, non-meta way. I don't want to give too much away, but I'll say that our film does draw some inspiration from J-horror and found footage films such as Lawrie the Curse. The film features the ambitious performance debut of Tom Staunton and co-stars Megan Tremethick. As I speak, Ghost Crew is also en route to our warehouse in the USA and will be sent out to our backers and supporters in the first quarter of next year. It represents an Indigenous production produced solely by Hex Studios under our new Hellion label, which seeks to champion the work and opportunities of new emerging horror artists. Effectively, this is our lower budget, artier, risk-taking label, and you can expect more projects under the Hellion label in 2023. During this year, we produced additional segments for our feature film anthology, For We Are Many 2. This anthology film features film segments of between 8 and 10 minutes, which all take inspiration from the stories of H.P. Lovecraft. Short films were produced by Megan Tremethick in the form of Slot and Tom Staunton in the form of The Outsider, among others. Now, this delayed project has run second fiddle to our features, but I'm glad to say it will be completed at last in 2023. In addition to this, our genius and collaborator Sarah Daly has had great success with our publishing venture Hex Arcana Publishing, and has released 2 horror paperbacks, The Sound of His Horn, and the official novelisation of our Hex Studios debut horror film, Lord of Tears. Each book features a beautiful painted book cover by 1980s horror legend artist extraordinaire illustrator Lisa Falkenstern. So that's just a taste of what Sarah and I have been working on with our team of volunteers and collaborators. It's a tiny taste, really, but what about 2023? Well, we've set ourselves a very ambitious goal. Such an ambitious goal that I have to take a sip of coffee. So first we're going to be making 2 more Hellion feature films and a 3rd extraordinary horror film, which will be announced in the first quarter of next year, something that I think will shake the indie horror film scene to its foundations. We'll also be announcing our building projects, which mark a huge long-term investment in the development of genre and indie filmmaking infrastructure, along with training and social events, which I think will make Kirkcaldy an epicentre for indie horror and Fife a commercial and creative hub for everything strange and weird. And it's already a hub for that, but just not an economic hub. As we set forth to build something of a strange and bizarre horror empire, enough to make even our dear friend Lloyd Kaufman proud, we hope you'll get involved and help us to achieve something extraordinary, never before seen in the film landscape of Scotland. So folks, thanks for watching my wee address, and I hope you have a fantastic Christmas, or have had a fantastic Christmas, and a wondrous and slightly erotic New Year. Thank you, and goodbye.